Hi guys, this is Zilla, and welcome to the final iteration of the Public Test Realm. I'm going to do this round. We have finally made it to Tier 10. This is the USS Midway. Now, I've done a live server co-op battle with the USS Midway, and I'm not going to go into the details of the ship, but what I am going to go into are the forums. I've read several forum posts, and some of them seem to be very well thought out, knowledgeable, etc. One in particular I noticed has a lot of likes, and he's a pretty famous forum guy. So I decided I'm going to check it out because he said, he checked out carriers before this and he knew all about carriers and what fighters were supposed to do and everything else. So I looked at his profile. The lying bastard hasn't played one single game in a carrier on that account. Not one. Not co-op. Not random. Nothing. He's an expert at shooting down planes. His win-loss rate is excellent. But he's never played a carrier. He's talking out the side of his mouth. If Wargaming is listening, do not listen to these people. They don't know what they're talking about. They can judge the PTR all they want to. However, they have no baseline to judge it with. You're complaining about fighters not being part of the carrier, but you've never played a carrier with fighters. How do you know what other people have told you? You're talking out the side of your mouth. You don't know. Maybe you've played on another account. I don't know. But the account that you post in the forums on, you never played a carrier. As a matter of fact, you don't even have a Tier 10. The highest ship you have is a Tier 8, and that's a premium. These people that are posting against this carrier rework are carrier killers. They hate carriers. They hate everything to do with carriers. They don't want to see carriers in the game at all. These are the same kind of people that complained and whined and harped and continued to beat that drum about artillery in World of Tanks. Don't listen to them, Wargaming. Another guy complained that this was going to be a disaster and that everyone was going to laugh at Wargaming at the end of the day. This guy happens to be a clan commander, and what a guy. He has 25 CV battles, right, and randoms. His highest CV is a Tier 5. Really? You have to laugh. The most he's had on any one carrier is 9. And he's had 15 total co-op battles. So a total of 40 games in carriers. And his highest in co-op is a Tier 8 Enterprise, and he's only played one game. One game. One game. And he's played 9 on Tier 6. The guy has like 1,700 battles total. And the final clown I'm going to talk about, this guy, he has over 4,000 battles. Think about percentages here. In randoms, he's got 46 battles with CV, and his highest CV is a Tier 6. But you're an expert on CVs. You went 4, 5, and 6. But you're an expert. You know what CVs are supposed to do on the live server. And you're going to judge this. Now, you're entitled to your opinion. I'm not saying you can't have an opinion, but don't talk out the side of your mouth. When the highest tier you have on CVs is a Tier 7, and it's a premium, and you've only ever played it in co-op battles. Oh, my God. Okay, that's enough. I've had enough. The comedy gold here is special, but my message here is for Wargaming. And for anyone else that reads the forums, take a look at the profile, where it's coming from. Look at what they do, because these people are lying to you. They pretend to be experts on carriers, but they're not. If you look at my profile, you will see that A, I am not a Unicom, B, I actually suck, but I do have extensive experience with carriers. I love playing them on the live server, and I love this even more. So, without further ado, let's love this some more, and we're going to see what Tier 10 does in a co-op battle, or maybe random, who knows. I'm going to be playing against bots anyway. Okay? And we'll get back to you when we get there. Oh my goodness. We got into a random battle. And look, we're up against a human being. How about that? So shout out to you, Keen Bayonet. Awesome. And he's playing the Japanese Tier 10. I've got the American Tier 10, the Midway. And in this, I hope to demonstrate something to you right off the bat as to why these are not going to be viable in Clan Wars initially until they change some stuff. And I've figured out how to use the engine boost and engine coolant and all that good stuff. So I'm going to demonstrate that first thing in this battle. Not necessarily interested initially in doing a tremendous amount of damage. I just want to demonstrate something to you and illustrate it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up the M key. I'm going to go to the map and I'm going to park behind that island right there. Okay? So we're going to move over there. Now let's go back. Now look at where I'm at on the map, right? I'm at I-6. I'm going to pop up the fighter planes. You could do this with any squadron actually. Okay? And these are Bearcats. And they travel about 180 plus or minus knots. Now I'm going to aim right at the center. Now watch this. I'm going to accelerate. Now watch your red line, okay, and hit the R key. You see it goes green again. I'm going to accelerate again. How much time has elapsed? How much time?
Taking fire.
I'm in the enemy team and it's been less than 10 seconds. That's why on a Clan Wars map this probably won't work. You're too fast. You get over there and you can see exactly what the enemy team is doing. Not that I could necessarily do a damn thing about it, but my point is the speed at which you could fly aircraft, and someone that's a lot more skilled than I am at this right now certainly could do a lot of sniping and a lot of tremendous damage just by zipping across the map real quick and seeing where the enemy is deployed. So for Clan Wars, and at that point, I just don't see it. Look at the flak. This is Tier 10 flak. A lot of it's missing, but a lot of it's hitting too. So we're going to go in for rockets, and I'll probably miss. Normally when I say that, I actually hit something. I'm going to zip it right around. But that's my point. I did an experiment on the training room, and actually I managed to go on that one map hotspot, I think it's called, where you have that hollow volcano. I managed to go from one corner of the map to the other in like 15 seconds. So, yeah.
Taking fire. Returning.
No, not hitting with the rockets. I'm off on my lag aim today. What's my lag at? 700? Not that bad. So let's bring out torpedo bombers. Your fighters are Bearcats, which were an excellent fighter developed in 1945-46. I believe it was one of the fastest piston engine fighters in the world at the time. These are TBD destroyers now, or BTD. A little dyslexia right there. There's a battleship all by himself over there. I don't know anything about these planes. I probably should have done some research before I did this video, but I wanted to get it out to you as soon as I can, because there's a lot of people saying, well, what's it like at Tier 10? The anti-aircraft's not that bad. I think it's in a good place. I think it's where it should be. For example, I'll come down, I'll get one pass on you, but probably I'm not going to get another. I'm probably not going to get another one off. And that guy took some torps from that cruiser, I think. So I'm going to drop down. Now on American torpedo bombers, you're dropping through 6 torpedoes at a time. Alright? So and you got 3 flights. So that's 18 torpedoes you have the potential for. But if you look at my planes, and those are fighters that are taking my planes down. You look at my planes, they disintegrate after one run. So are you going to get, all All those off? Probably not. Going in is one thing, coming out's the other. And when you come out, you're under intense um, fire from the enemy. So it's not always going to work out for you. That's my point. So we're going to head on up toward... Look at that thunderstorm. Is that neat? Look at that effect. I know. I'm like a hyperactive person. I'm like, well, let's go ahead and do the... Oh, look, a squirrel. I know, it's terrible. But, like I said, you're going in, you're going to catch a lot of flack, but that's not where you're going to lose most of your planes, unless you're going against a Wooster or Minotaur or something like that. Where you're going to lose most of your planes is on the way out, as you recover from your strike. Oh, and hiding behind islands? Yeah, that's not going to work for you. The hiding behind islands business? Yeah. Not a good plan. One non-penetration. But see, look. See, this is where I'm taking the fire. On the way out. And look, his carrier's doing productive things while I'm just flying around doing like a moron. Like a potato. Come on, come on, come on. Bring it in. No. I misjudged that approach. You see, my planes are getting beat up. I'm losing them. Especially when ships sail together, and I think you're going to find on when this goes live, players are going to figure out right quick and in a hurry that they need to fly in or sail in some sort of semblance of order. The days of the lone wolf with this type of gameplay, yeah, I'm not going to punish you that hard if I catch you out in the open by yourself, but those days I think are pretty much over. I think you can pretty much stick a fork in that, unless you want to die. I mean, if you're suicidal, by all means, sail by yourself. But honestly, especially at lower tiers, that Prince George V battleship that sails off by himself, he's probably not going to last very long. And there are fighters over there. I don't want to get into that. But what I want to do is try and get out here, and I want to put fighters over this battleship, because he's going to become the center of attention, so to speak.
Fighter airborne.
And see, that battleship of ours is a little bit too close in okay, suicide. A little bit too close in proximity there. And we're going to come down. Now, watch the lines, get them tight, bring it over to the right, and drop. And those are fighters. Look at that. I have no chance against that. Are you kidding me? Jesus, I need to nerf the AA. Really? Really? They need to nerf the AA. They need to buff the AA. They need to do something with the AA. That's not fair. Freaking. Oh, God. Don't get me started again. These lying sons of guns. Well, I know how carriers should be played. Don't even. Okay. Well, I'm not making much of a contribution here, am I? But at least maybe you can see what you could do. Now look at what his carrier is doing. See, that carrier, he's not a bad player. He's moving up with his team, unlike me, hiding behind an island like a scared little rabbit. And we'll move right along here and see what we can do. Try and do a little bit more damage. Show you something. It's just, I'm sucking today. My lag and whatnot. And come on. Oh ho ho. He's going to burn out before I get there. Yep, he did. Okay, it's just the carrier. Now going against the carrier, yeah, about that. It's kind of suicide, but the good news is I have a battleship over here that's going after that carrier as well. It might knock down some of his anti-aircraft fire, and his fighters are already deployed, so I'm probably going to get one pass at this, and that's going to be it. But I'm going to come over the top of the island because the island's going to block a lot of his anti-aircraft fire. So if you're a cruiser or whatnot, you're hiding behind an island, derpa, derpa, derpa. I come over the island, I'm exposed to aircraft fire only for a very short period of time. I'm not going to eat a lot of anti-aircraft fire. One non-penetration. That is, yeah. That's not encouraging. La 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 la. Turn around. He's got fighters deployed all over the place. He is determined not to get hit by me. Okay. Odds are he probably wouldn't need fighters up. I probably couldn't hit him anyway. I'm going to bring up these torpedo bombers. They're the same plane. The dive bombers and the torpedo bombers are the same aircraft. They just perform different functions. And his carrier is actually capping C. I'm going to fly right over our battleship, and I am going to put, it's a bot, but I'm going to put fighters over him. Because the only two humans are me and that carrier. That's it. And shout out to him. He's done a good job. I give him props. And here come the fighters. Drop them down.
Fighter airborne.
This is not a full squadron either. I took off. I kind of cheated the pot, so to speak. But I wanted to get as many strikes in on this carrier as I could. Because carrier versus battleship never works out for the carrier. Really. Okay. Don't know if those will hit or not, but it gave him 6 torpedoes to think about. Yeah, 2 hit. 3 hit. 4 hit. No flooding. Nope. Okay. Come back to the carrier. And since I have a plethora of rocket planes ready to go, we'll do that. And that's it. That's a victory for us. In no small part did I participate. But 20,000 damage. I don't know how these guys are getting 600 or 300,000. But they're much better players than I am, and they have much better internet than I have. And 20,000, not bad. For me, anyway. I guess I did my little part, by defending a cap or something. But anyway, that is the Midway, guys. And this is going to be my final one for this particular version of the test server. I hope you enjoyed it. Until later, you guys be good to each other. Have a wonderful day. And, P.S., Wargaming, don't listen to the lying sons of guns that are talking in the forums about carriers when they don't even play them. All right? Okay, guys. Bye-bye. Talk to you later.